Hello, I'm Richard Ridge. For Broadway World, international screen and stage star Daniel Radcliffe is returning to the Great White Way in the Broadway premiere of Martin McDonagh's beloved play, The Cripple of Inishmaan. Under the direction of Michael Grandage, it will open on April 20th at the Cort Theatre, and I caught up with Daniel during a break in rehearsal.
From Hollywood, California, in America, they're coming. And why are they coming? I'll tell you why they're coming. To go making a moving picture film will cost over $1 million, will be shown throughout the world, will show life, how it's lived on the island, and will be making a film star of whoever is chosen to be in it. And we'll be taking them back to Hollywood then, and be giving them a life free of work. That rules out all in this household, I know it goes without saying, unless it's cripples or ingrates they're looking for.
Don't call me Cripple Billy, you.
For why? Isn't your name Billy and aren't you a cripple?
Poor Billy'll never be getting kissed, unless it was be a blind girl.
What's that? Well, first of all, welcome back to New York.
Thank you very much.
How does it feel?
It's lovely. It's I mean, it's like, it'll be lovely after we open, and then I can hopefully just relax. But you know, at the moment, there's a lot of. I am feeling the pressure a bit, just because like we've got a week of rehearsal and a week of tech, and then we start previews, which is good. I mean, that's kind of what you would do on a show a lot of the time in London, in terms of tech time at least. And you know, I teched How to Succeed for like 2 weeks or something, and I don't want to do that again. So like, it's definitely, but it's a fast period. But you know, I'm very excited to be back in New York and working on a show here again. Like I have two of the most amazing professional experiences of my career have been on Broadway so far. So you know, to get to come here again, I hope it goes as well a third time.
Well, this is one of my favorite plays. I saw it at the Public first with Eileen Brennan, then I saw it at the Atlantic.
Oh, great.
So take me back to your history with this, how it all came about for you to do this.
Yeah, well, Michael Grandage and I had been talking for some time about wanting to do a play together, and he gave me sort of it was one of those amazing moments as an actor when you go, I am just incredibly lucky to be in the position that I'm in, because you know, he sent me sort of 3 or 4 plays and just said, like, read these, let's talk, see what you would like to do. And so I was in an amazing position, and well, as soon as I started reading The Cripple of Inishmaan, I was like, this is the one I want to do. And then it just became, you know, we talked to Martin and met all that, and then after that the ball was rolling, and we had a great run in London last year, and for I guess like 3 or 4 months, yeah, I'm really excited. And at one point I didn't think we were going to be able to take it to New York. There was no theatres available, and I was really like, oh, we're not gonna get over there. But I you know, so the fact that like around New Year we heard that we might be coming, and was just like, yes, because I do think as well, I just think Broadway will really love it, because I know it's been done over here before, but not like on Broadway. But I think it's just such a wonderful show, and an incredibly special play in the fact that it is both incredibly sad and powerful and moving, and yet you will be laughing from your belly the whole way through. I mean, and that's such a hard thing to do, and he achieves it as a writer with such ease in this play that I hope everyone loves it as much as you and I do.
And talk about Billy, what attracted you to this role and what you love about him.
I mean, I find the character of Billy really incredibly, I mean, I love him because he is, while on the one hand, because Billy lives with a disability in the show, and so he gets relentlessly reminded of this by everybody around him, and the disconnect between how he is perceived and how he knows himself to be is so vast and so frustrating. And in talking to people who live with disabilities in real life, you know, that disconnect seems to be one of the thing that comes up again and again, is the frustration at how people see them and just see a disability, and so you know, it's the fact that Billy lives with that, and his compassion and his wit and intelligence and strength is so completely undiminished, and he is still like emotionally mature and available and and present in his life. I just find him a very a brave character, and not for the reason, and not for any sort of patronising, reasons of using the word bravery. Just I find him to be that, and he is, and he's also very, very funny. Like he's got it's a subtler humour than a lot of the other people, and it's very he's very quiet, and he's an observer for a lot of particularly the early part of the play. But he has his moments of being really witty with people and giving it back, particularly to Johnny Patine, who he loathes. So when Johnny gets after him, Billy gives it right back, and I love that. I love that part of the character. Yeah.
And working with your director, Michael Grandage, what it was like working in the rehearsal room and then putting it up in front of an audience.
Yes, Michael, I think what Michael does as well or better than anyone is he creates a totally safe environment where you can feel like you can try stuff and play around and screw up and that's all good. He's also somebody who started life as an actor, and a lot of directors I think don't really like actors very much, or would rather that they were just simpler, and so it kind of and it's lovely to work with a director who really likes the process of acting and likes working that stuff out, rather than just being be sad. Why can't you be sad? So it's I very much enjoy working with him for that as well.
What I admire the most about your career is the diverse and challenging roles that you've taken on, because everyone has been different. Is this something you strive for on stage and film?
It is, and it's something I strive for my career, because I don't think you can have a long career without having a varied career. I mean, I think people who do the same thing for forever end up either doing that same thing forever, which is not very fun, or somebody eventually one day gets bored of them. So the only way to do it is, I think, to have to be as varied as you can in your choices, and learn, because also that's the way you learn the most about acting, because you're exposed to more different ways of working and more directors, and yeah, and it's more fun, and it's more fun for me.
What do you love the most about doing theatre?
Man, I mean, having that relationship with an audience. And the thing, audiences never know. Audiences don't appreciate how much they change a show and how much they are because we set it in the rehearsal room. We know what we're doing. That's what rehearsals is for. So we know the show. And then the thing that changes it every night, I mean, obviously, us just listening and reacting to each other, and subtle things change, and that affects things, and that changes the show and keeps it fresh. But the audience is the variable every night, and they have a huge impact on the show, and that's listening to that and getting to work and interact with that is one of the most fun things I think about doing a show, because especially getting the chance to do a show like this, where there are, and a show like How to Succeed, it was amazing on as well, because there are jokes in How to Succeed. There are set up and joke laughs, and so experimenting with the different ways of doing them, and refining that over a year with. I remember watching an interview with Tina Fey where she said the only and best way to learn about comedy timing is to do it in front of a live audience, and I can I think if I hadn't worked with a live audience I wouldn't know what she meant, but having worked with them I'm going, yes, you're completely right, and I'm so glad that I have even a modicum of experience next to what people like her have got in all the improv and stuff that she's done, but it is so invaluable to have that relationship with an audience.
My final question is, what are you looking forward to the most with bringing this play to New York with this company?
I'm just hopefully a lovely run, and a really exciting run during the summer, and hopefully introducing people to the play, and maybe some people to Martin's work, and yeah, I mean, that's basically, I want it to be even better than it was in London. We had a fantastic time there, but it's not about recreating something. It's about acting like this is the first time we've done it, and it means a huge. Broadway has always been so welcoming to me, and has allowed me a chance, and has allowed me a place to grow as an actor, which I would never have got on film. I feel and a place to become and be quite safe and try stuff and try and get better at my job here, which is obviously what what I try to do every time I go on stage, and so to be doing this play here is a real honour, and I just want it to I want to I guess show you all that I've grown since last time I was here.
The best. It's so great to have you back.